Now, no royal wedding would be complete without the accompanying memorabilia. Tea towels, mugs and souvenir plates, all stamped with an image of the happy couple. So how soon until the first Wills and Kate merchandise hits the shelves? Well, our reporter Gamal Fambalay is in Ainsley, China in Stoke-on-Trent. Gamal?
Well, there's a lot of excitement and anticipation across the country ahead of the royal wedding, and there's a lot of excitement and anticipation here at Ainsley, China. As you can see, staff here are working away on the latest collector's items, Wills and Kate memorabilia. They're working away, polishing away. With me now is the boss here, it's John Wills. John, how's it going? What are the members of staff doing here?
These girls are putting the liquid gold on. This is the gilding part of the operation, putting the finishing touches to the products before they get out to the shops.
Now, you've been in operation here. The company's been in operation for over 200 years. This royal wedding, this is the one that you've been waiting for, isn't it?
Well, we have been waiting for this one. There's nothing like a royal wedding. It's the most exciting of all the commemoratives that we ever get involved in. Of course, fantastic news for the couple and great news for us.
And this isn't just the UK that we're talking about. These items will be on shelves across the country, won't they?
That's true. They'll be all over the country with our retailers, and we've had interest from all over the world already. So it's going to be wonderful news on an international basis.
Thank you very much for that. Well, there is a lot of speculation as to where the royal couple will tie the knots, but I can tell you the staff won't be focusing on that. They'll be focusing on getting these collector's items on the production line.
Gamal, thank you for that. Well, let's talk about this a little bit more because we've got Jamie Breese with us here. He's an expert in antiques, and good to see you, Jamie.
Hello
you
again,
brought
Anna.
in some examples of some previous royal memorabilia, but I'll come to that in a moment. In the meantime, this wedding, how soon do you think merchandise will be in the shops?
About 15 hours ago. On a well-known auction website, items were on there and being sold within 4 to 5 hours after the announcement.
So already made in anticipation of an announcement.
Yeah. And of course, technology allows for quick transfer to be made to some of the lesser quality pieces. Interesting seeing Ainsley there, you know, one of the real sort of commemorative producers. And here's a piece of Ainsley, quelle surprise.
And to tell us a little bit about that one that you have brought.
Well, this relates to Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew's wedding back in the mid-1980s. It's a bell, it's a commemorative bell. It's probably just kind of sort of thing which would probably languish on a shelf somewhere at home. But these are ubiquitous. They're the things which everyone can relate to, and of which probably millions of similar items are going to be produced around the world.
And Ainsley, obviously a British company, but you
Very
say
much so.
around the world.
Yes.
Do we expect this to give a real boost to local producers, or is it going to be that the bulk of the memorabilia is going to be made in China?
I'm hedging my bets here. England and Great Britain has had our main economy was actually based on the exporting of China at one point in our history. I mean, you know, along with textiles. And very sadly, quite a few of the potteries have been closing over the last few years, with some well-known brands going under or being merged. This is a really great opportunity for you know, these businesses to actually have a new lease of life. It's actually, it could be worth 500 million to £1 billion.
And you think the demand is out there? I mean, these.
Yes.
I'll ask you to talk us through them in a minute. But obviously, this was hugely popular at the time when these were produced. Will they be popular this time around?
Absolutely. I think we're in the internet age. I think it's much easier to purchase things. I think it will put Britain back on the map, not only just because of the wedding, but because of our manufacturing base here as well.
So very briefly, tell us what you've got.
Oh, I've got a tankard here. It's almost like novelty wear, and this relates to the Jubilee back in '77. I mentioned the kind of the bell decanter there. A two-handled mug, which relates to Charles and Di's wedding back in '81, and then a plate for the coronation.
Worth anything?
Yeah, all worth between £15 and £30. But look for those unique pieces: a slice of wedding cake, an invitation to the wedding.
A slice of wedding cake?
Yeah, worth up to £1,500 from 1981.
But how long does that last?
It can last forever in a box with the icing.
As long as you don't eat it?
As long as you don't eat it.
Right, and other unique items, you know, if you've got a Fabergé egg or something.
Oh, yes, well, absolutely. You know, back at the turn of last century, the Tsarina was given an egg, and it was an imperial egg. It's worth millions of pounds by the Tsar, and that was an anniversary present, a wedding anniversary.
That's the one I want.
Yes,
Jamie Breese, thanks so much for bringing in those items and
pleasure.
talking us through them. Thank you, Jamie.
As the dry condition extends over Amritsar, we'll find a blend of flavours to tempt your palate.
Now, rain torrential in places and strong